Hi guys, in this video I'll be talking about message boxes. Now let's get right to it. Go ahead and create a new Windows Forms application and add it to your YouTube tutorial solution. I'm going to call this message box demo. So once it's created, all we need is a tiny little form. All we're going to add is one button. Just double click on there. There's our button. Oops. Okay, so there's our button. Now let's do show message box. Let's resize it. There we go. Now the way you write in a message box is, now here is the unshortened way, the normal way you'd write it. So you'd write in message box dot show. Then you put in parentheses. And inside here, this dialog only has text. So this will not have a title whatsoever. Now to create a title, you do message box dot show, then you put in this dialog does have a title. Then you put in a comma, then let's put in the title. The title will be, let's do this is a title. Let's go ahead and run this program. Go to project, then click on set as starter project. Now click start. Okay, so we have our form here. Let's go ahead and click show message box. Now all the way at the center of your screen you'll see this dialog only has text. And if we click OK, the next one will come up. It says this dialog does have a title. As you can see, it says this is a title. Click OK once you're done. Now let's close this one. Now if you want to make it a little more complicated, your message box, we need to add more parameters. So this is going to be, this is another example. This time we're going to add in a title. Let's make it advanced. Then we're going to add another parameter. This time we're going to put in some buttons. To put in buttons, you put message box and then buttons and then dot. Let's do it a yes no, comma, and then let's put in a icon. To put in an icon, do message box icon dot, let's put in a question. So if we run this now, let's see what happens. I'm going to click show message box. So here's our first one. Click OK. The next one comes up. Finally the third one. As you can see, there's a question mark, the title, and also two buttons that we added ourselves. Let's create yes, and then let's close this. Okay, so let's move on now. Okay, so moving on, let's talk about actually getting your answer from your message box. We have a yes and no right now, but the yes and no don't really do anything. So in order to do something with these, let's create another button first of all. Let's create this new button. Let's do call this advanced. Let's reduce the size as well so it fits. Now I'm going to just grab this out of there and put it in here. Okay, so as of now, this will create a question with a yes or no, and it'll say advanced. Let's change the text here to, let's type in, would you like to display a message box? Okay, so let's create a variable. We're going to do this dim result as, we're going to do dialog result. Now this is going to be equal to our message box that we get give here. So now this message box will give back either yes or no depending on what the user clicks. And the result is going to store that value. Let's go ahead and put in an if-else statement. If result is equal to, now we want yes, then message box, let's create a message box. This is going to be a simple message box, so show, and just a bare bone one. This is a message box. Then next, let's do else if result is equal to no, then we want message box. Actually, we don't want any message box to show technically, but just for this example, I'm going to put in message box dot show, and you clicked no. Now let's click run. So now if we run this program, we get, let's click on our advanced tab. It asks us, would you like to display a message box? Let's click yes. You have a message that comes up. Now if we try again, but this time click no, then we're going to get a message box. You click no. Now let me show you a shortcut that you can use. I'm going to go into button 1 and do MSG box, and then you need a prompt. A prompt is basically the text you want to show. I'm going to do this is a shortcut. Then put a comma. This is your buttons that you want to show. So let's just put a simple OK only. This is going to be only showing the OK button. After that, let's put a comma, then type in your title. This is a title. Now over here, we can also change this to information. So it'll show you your information sign, or you can change it to question. If you change it to question, you'll have the question icon. After these two, you have the question icon. However, you cannot add any buttons to it. In order to add the buttons, you need to do the other way that I showed you with the messagebox.show. Alright, so that's it for this video, and you know what to do. Smash that like button and make sure to subscribe for more. See you next time.